Hi, welcome to Elaine Enlightenings's video blog number 42. Today we're on lesson 32 in A Course in Miracles. It is, I have invented the world I see. This is a real mind changer. As we're going through the course, we hit this place where we're actually recognizing cause and effect with this lesson. And I did this lesson a couple of days ago, and I had a lot of resistance to remembering the lesson. I would remember to practice it, but I couldn't remember the phrase. And I've come to recognize that as just resistance. That's all it is. Forgetfulness is always an option that we have. And remember, I'm not a victim of the world I see. So we want to recognize that forgetfulness is also a choice that we make. It's subconscious, and we don't want to beat ourselves up about it. So I just made sure that I got out my lesson, refreshed my memory, and practiced it throughout the day. It was very helpful. And I just persisted all day long to practice, even when I felt the resistance to remembering it. And then whenever something happened that seemed a little like either a negative energy would start to come in, I would practice the phrase, I have invented this situation as I see it. So something happened that day I want to share with you, so I give a personal live example here. And so I have this trip to Bali coming up, and the guide for that trip, she basically commented to me that she wanted me to be aware that oftentimes I apologize, and I do that a lot. And she was sharing with me the perception she had about that, and I really appreciated it. She was concerned that it would offend me, and of course we can never be offended unless we choose to be, right? Because we're not a victim of the world we see. And so it would just help me to realize to be more aware of this, even though that's really on my mind a lot, but it was still very helpful. And so the thing is that I realized, as well as she did, that it's just a sign of feeling unworthy. And as I tapped on that and stayed tuned into that for the next couple of days, even today I had more clarity about that, more clarity about how that pattern is affecting my life, which was huge, because that is how we're allowing it to shift, is when we start seeing how these patterns and these ways of thinking don't serve us. We don't want them anymore then. But because we have kind of an underlying reason that we hold on to it. We feel like it's benefiting us, or we're so attached to that particular way of being, even if it doesn't serve us. It's become an addiction, a habit. And all of this gets stored in our bodies. It can all be shifted. Okay, it all can be changed. And I know over the past year, a lot has changed in my life. I couldn't be sitting here doing a video blog if I hadn't shifted a lot of that energy around feeling unworthy. Now, whenever we're saying we're sorry a lot, we're saying, in essence, that we see a sorry world. Okay? So as I was tuning into the excuses my ego wanted to make about, why I did that, well, of course I would sound ignorant about traveling to Bali because I don't know anything about Bali. But that isn't the point. The point is that I would feel bad about asking for her time to ask questions. Or if I misunderstood something in an email, then we had to clarify it. Or if I forgot something that she'd already sent me information about and I re-asked about it, I'd feel bad. And all of that is just, those are all things that I'm attracting as a result of the energy that I'm putting out there. And one of the things that came to me today is that, and I've talked about it in other video blogs and we've tapped on it, so it's really great that I'm seeing this pattern. And that is that, like, I've talked about how when I've got my plans, I'm doing something, and I get interrupted, and it's an unforeseen interruption. And it's an unwelcome interruption. It really isn't, right? But it is to my perspective. And you see how that, what I'm doing when that happens is I've already projected my unworthiness out there, or I couldn't receive back that that's not worthy of my time, because it's bad timing. See, that's all judgments. That's all part of this whole process of letting go of perceptions. And so it feels really vulnerable to share that, but at the same time it makes me happy, because I know that it's important, and we all are, we have different stories, but we'll have similar universal needs. So let's do some tapping, because what we want to do is recognize that, of course, the belief that we're unworthy is not true. And so for me, I'm seeing it tie into time right now, and I'm going to address it from that aspect. And I'm sure I'll see other aspects, and I've already cleared other aspects in the past. And now that I understand that one of the reasons interruptions are a problem is because I'm projecting my unworthiness. And so this is really wonderful to have that kind of clarity and awareness. Can't shift it if we don't recognize it. Had a lot of anxiety right before I did this video, so I knew that this was also going to be really important. Okay? Whether you tapped with me before or not, it doesn't matter. You just follow along, repeat after me, and do what I do. And tune into your own body, your own thoughts. You can change the words out as you go along, or just let your unconscious mind draw the parallels and come back, tap it later, and redo it. It doesn't matter. Just follow your intuition. Okay? Take a deep breath to get grounded, and then start on karate chop. Even though I still don't feel worthy to ask people for their time, I feel really ignorant. And when I feel ignorant, I feel even more unworthy. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Okay, let's go to the top of the head. All this unworthiness. I feel embarrassed if I don't understand what people are saying. I feel embarrassed if I have to ask again. I feel frustrated when I have to repeat myself, and I'm attracting circumstances where I require other people to repeat themselves. I've been projecting my unworthiness onto the world for so long, maybe eons of time, that this pattern seems impossible to shift. A part of me knows it's not impossible, but I had a lot of resistance to practicing this lesson. I have invented the world I see. You mean I've invented these situations? It's hard to believe. I feel really bad when I need to ask for help. I think I should already know the answers, even to things I've never done before. They don't expect me to know everything. If I did, I wouldn't be paying them a lot of money to help me. There really is no reason to feel unworthy, because with God I'm whole, perfect, and complete. I'm not a victim of the world I see. All this judgment, all these projections, all this anger, it's coming back to hurt me. I feel stuck, feeling weak. Being weak and helpless feels normal. It's my comfort zone. I see a sorry world a lot of the time. And now you tell me I've invented that? A part of me doesn't want to believe that's true. I'm so reversed. That a part of me would rather stay weak and helpless. I choose to be more powerful starting right now. I made the decision myself to see myself this way. But there's no such thing as weakened power. All power's with God. I've just been blocking this power and truth with all this darkness, these beliefs in unworthiness, these beliefs that other people told me I wasn't worthy when I was a child. Now I feel bad that I was projecting my own unworthiness and inventing this world that I see. A world where I don't want other people to connect with me unless it's convenient and in my schedule. Now I see how bizarre that is. I choose to have a healed perception because I want to be at peace. This guilt doesn't serve me. The sadness doesn't serve me. Releasing the belief in guilt and grief. I want to decide otherwise because I want to be at peace. I will allow all of this to be transformed to new sight and new vision. I have invented this situation as I see it. And now I can let go of all my own ideas, fully and completely. I ask God and the angels to help me remember the truth that I'm whole, perfect, and complete. And I need do nothing except be open to totally new perceptions through the light, allowing the light to shine, that the darkness of my mind might disappear. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you, God and the angels, for healing my perception starting right now. Take a deep breath and see how that feels. And that's it for today. If you're interested in private sessions, coaching sessions with me, go to taplightunlimited.com/coaching. See you next time. Bye-bye.